Hi everybody, welcome to this video. This is Richie the Blind Hedgehog and I'm here with my Shrimpy. She or he doesn't really have a name. I just call him Shrimp for now. He's quite funny looking. I just kept him around for my Comic-Con haul. So last Saturday there was Comic-Con and I wasn't quite sure I wanted to go at first, but I realized that I really wanted to go after going to the Netherlands, and I would be really glad to do so. So I bought a ticket and there I went. What I really like doing at Comic-Con these days is just scavenging. I don't really spend fortunes on collectibles because that is just no longer what I like to do. Maybe there was a time like this, but not anymore. Definitely not. And besides, I'm not really sure about what I don't really collect Chucky dolls anymore for now, so the more expensive collectibles are just no longer really my thing. Because, well, they're just so costly anyway. And what I like to do is just just look around in those storage units that sellers bring over full of figures and little toys and little vintage things, and just grab what you like and bring it home. And there are all kinds of little things, very vintage things too. And, yeah. And that way you can actually make really nice businesses, really nice little affairs on Comic-Con without spending a fortune. I found some lovely Kermit plushies, but they were so damn expensive. So I really appreciate them, but I left them there. I'm not gonna buy those anymore like this. There you go. I'm gonna show you what I brought back. Katie, I'm gonna show you what I found for you as well. And there we go. So the very first thing that I found it quite quickly after I entered the hall, the big Comic-Con hall. And that is something I indeed spent something on, sorry. Because I believe it's a bit of an official plushie. I found this lovely No Face. And when I see No Face, I just can't say no. But when I was actually holding this plush, I realized he's amazingly well made. He is incredibly squishy. He feels so soft. He's a big beanbag. His little hands are so incredibly soft and cute. And he has a hard part in his face. And he has embroidered features. He has also his little coat coming over his bean part. And here's his tag. Yeah, he was 30 euros. Looks like the price is still on him. I wasn't quite sure at first, but it's a Spirited Away. Have this removed maybe, so you can actually read the tag. But I believe this is a bit of an official plushie. No tag though. For now, just gonna keep the brass back on it. Make sure I don't lose it. So I wasn't quite sure because it's quite a small plushie for like spending $30 on it. But yeah, well, I didn't regret it ever since. And I knew that if I missed my chance, I would definitely regret it. So this is probably the most expensive thing that I got at Comic-Con. But I just love him. He's so cute. And also the shape of this plush, just look at him. He's just totally the character. This is really neat work. For a small plushie, this is definitely neat work. And I think that if you position him well, he can even stay up. It's a little challenge. But so I didn't really want to miss on this guy. And I just hoped it wouldn't be like this for the rest of the afternoon. But anyway, I'm glad I brought him back. I can't really remember what I found next. I've been scavenging for most of the time. I rarely go to this. I actually never go to the stars because it's just not really my style. But yeah, anyway. Katie, I'm going to show you what I found for you. So in one of those little storage units that sellers have full of figures and stuff they want to get rid of, I found you this Polly Pocket shoe. Well, it's a shoe, it's a boot. It's a little house, and it's in great condition too. The little door works pretty well. Even have little, well, I don't really know what you call these in front of rooms, windows, and so they don't really come with the little characters. I closed it, so you should open it yourself somewhere. I don't really know if there was something missing in here, but it's generally in good condition. And you can see here indeed where it opens. So it's a little house, definitely something really vintage I thought you might like. And people usually get rid of this stuff sometimes for ridiculous prices. I think I paid like 50 cents for this. And he said, the guy said like, yeah, take everything that's Polly Pocket, all yours. And I got this too. I have no idea what this is. Maybe some kind of bin. But I thought Katie will know, and she would love it too. Hi! Hey, doglet. Hi, yeah, that's Katie's. It's Katie's. Hey, Katie's. Katie's Polly Pocket. Bye. Close the door, please. I guess I'm gonna do that myself. Yeah. Come in. Yes, love. The very first thingy that I actually found for you were these ponies. There are plenty of ponies. I took a few, not much, because sometimes they're really expensive, sometimes they're not. But this guy really wanted to get rid of him. I got you this one because it's a Pegasus unicorn, and it has a beautiful sky color. And, well, your children might just enjoy just braiding and brushing their hair. I suppose it will be in good condition since there are braids in it. Old ponies. And also this one, which I got because of the strawberry. I know you so well. So there you go. I suppose the mane will be in good condition because of the braids. So there you go, that's all yours. I think I didn't even spend $5 on all of this, so don't worry about that. But I really like to go into those little tons and just dig up figures. Then I can say, oh, I had this when I was younger, or old McDonald's toys that you ever lost and wanted to get back. You can find all of it there. Well, most of it then. So there you go. That is. I gotta put that in your little package and, yeah, wrap it thoroughly. Make sure it doesn't get hurt or damaged on its way to you. I hope that the package that I will send you will come in a better condition than the last one. But the last one were just plushies. I hope this will come in good condition. And I have been indeed looking for all kinds of little thingies. I could dig up this lovely little Spyro plush. Usually I don't collect Spyro. I don't even play with him. I don't really know the character like at all. But this plush, I thought, yeah, put a collar on him. This plush was so neat in finishings, in shape, pretty much like No Face. He is a really great plushie. It's Spyro on his back legs, and I really like his shape. The finishings here, the tail. There are larger plushies of him that were less, well, that weren't that well made as this one. See, look at the finishings here, the scale. I'm gonna call them scales for now. The scales here on the back. His little wings, not sure they have the right shape, but they're really lovely, and they're very fleecy. He has no beans. He has the markings on his tummy. Here with the finishing of the claws too. Look at this plush. It is amazing. Well, the tag is cut off. But I happen to find him very expressive with his arms like this. It is a very active character, a very determined character, and you can actually see that the way that his His hands are holding his paws up in the air like this. And let me show you his beautiful long neck. When I actually remove his little collar, he actually has this proud way of standing like he usually does. And also the mouth here, the eyes are in good condition. The face is just totally him. So this is one neat plush. And yeah, it's a very lovely dragon. The shapes of his eye. I think I never saw a prettier plushie of him than this one. Really gorgeous figure too. Kind of reminds me of one of those cable guys. His tail might be a little small compared with what the size of his tail used to be, but on this plush it is totally fine. He might not exactly stand well. It's a bit of a challenge, but his tail actually sustains him. So that's my little Spyro. At the very end of Comic-Con, I could find these figures in another storage unit. I could find this lamp. I really love lamps. I found Aladdin as Prince Ali. And he's in great condition too. I thought this figure was really impressive. I think I had one of these from McDonald's back in the time. But you can find all those toys from the 90s, or at least most of them, in those big storage baskets that they use. And you just have to dig like a chicken or like a dog and just pick out what you like. And I could also find this Haida from the figures back in the 90s from Lady and the Tramp, the Lion King, sorry. And I believe this is Banzai or Banzai. Like this little tree. And like this you can just dig up. You're just collecting little figures like you're collecting candy in a shop. You can just make your own mix and just pay for it. And there you go. It's all yours. But they just come like this, you know. They're not packaged. They are not. They come in the condition they are. And, well, there you go. Some people just try to get rid of all that stuff. Yeah. I think I didn't even spend even $50 on Comic-Con in total, in general, because of all my scavenging. I could collect this DVD from Harry Potter. I wanted to have a Flemish version of it, and I just had one right in front of me, and the guy sold it to me for like just $1, I believe. Yeah, so I'm glad I did, because I was thinking of collecting it all Vinted or somewhere else, and like this, it couldn't even be cheaper. So, a great find. It's all about, indeed, treasure hunting, like Katie says. And indeed it is. It is. So I can't wait to see this. I also could find, and I believe that's one of the last things that I could find, I got one of these adorable little Squiddy plushies. I have a Squid Game one, because I thought for a Squid Game Squiddy that was was absolutely nice. And I usually don't collect these little Squiddies, because if you have one, you can have thousands. They're very charming, but I did collect one with the Paris theme for Katie, I remember. It was a little larger, and I got really seduced by this one. It has a solar system on it. It's a Cosmos. It's amazing. And this one kind of caught my eye. This was the prettiest. And I decided to have it for now. I have no idea if I'm going to keep it. It's a bit of a fidget toy. I know it has a sad face. It has like a Wednesday face, but maybe. Well, look at the upper side. It's amazing. And this one I really liked, because I saw other Squiddies back during the previous Comic Cons. I never collected them. I really like them though. Look, the happy face is barely visible. You have stars and galaxies and, well, I thought it was amazingly pretty. So for now, I collected it. Very sweet. It's quite funny because the sellers, they actually recognize me when they see me. Why am I so predictable? It's kind of true. If someone ever knows me, they never forget about me. I don't know how they do this. I hope to be less obvious. I try to be more like blending in, but never works. Most is because of her, but not necessarily. Sometimes it's just me, I guess. But yeah, there you go. Is there anything else I can show you? I was really glad with Spyro. Not quite sure I wanted to collect him, but sometimes a collectible just talks to you, or a plushie, or anything just talks to you, and you feel like an instinct like you should get it. And when I do, I never regret it. It's like a right instinct. It's quite funny, quite weird. You think I might be more like reasonable and try to be less childish for once. But at some point, it's just something that you feel, and hard to neglect a feeling. And anyway, I can always sell him if I don't like him. I try to get the stuff for a price I can still resell them. That way, it's rarely a loss. The last item you might actually see him from here. I'm quite enthusiastic about that one. Is this figure. I found this beautiful Aang figure. I loved this series when I was, well, younger. It was actually quite fun because my brother and me, we realized that we were both following the same series on different televisions. And we decided to enjoy it, both of us. And now that I have the whole thing on DVD, I really love it. You can see it on Netflix too. And such a figure of Aang can be quite expensive. I think I had him for like $2. And he's in great condition. Just look at him. And if I'm lucky, his arrows still work. But for now, I didn't really put a battery in him. You have to put a little battery in his back here. And he has little buttons. And I suppose he should light up when you push the buttons. And he has great joints too. You can bend him in all kinds of directions. And he's a massive 12-inch figure. He's amazing. You should really look. That's amazing. And I can't believe I was the only one finding him. He should have been sold a long time ago. But no, he was all mine. I just, when I was holding him, I was like, oh, I don't let him go anymore, because I don't want someone else to have him. It was an amazing find. So again, figures and figures. But really glad I could collect Aang. He's beautiful. They had small Avatar plushies, yeah, and I loved them really much. But they were really small, and they were sold like $20 each, which is way too much. And I didn't feel like doing the same what I did with No Face. I did it for him, but it was the only time I would tolerate it. So, so there you go. I didn't get those plushies. Maybe one day I will find a larger Avatar plushies. I hope so, because I really like Zuko as well. Oh, I like all the characters from that series. But I was really glad to find Aang, so there you go. And that is quite much my little Comic-Con haul. So some good finds for really good prices. You can really do some interesting business there. Especially if if this is sold on eBay for like so much money. I almost got it for free. And sometimes people just accept. They say this is like €3. Okay, you can have it for 2. When people sell expensive collectibles, it's difficult to ping out the price. But when you can go on a scavenge hunt like this, sometimes it's easier to ask for. People sometimes do not sell items according to their value, and I'm glad, because that is indeed a good idea. If you only sell expensive stuff, you're not going to sell anything. But anyway, oh, where is my galaxy? There it is. Milky Way. And no face. But sometimes you just go to Comic-Con to find little things like this. Comic-Con is actually kinda, well, to, just for the way, just for collecting very special stuff there sometimes. And they are very special things. But for some things, you'll have to pay the price. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'm gonna end it here. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye!